This is a tutorial screencast for DAX-pro. In this chapter, I will briefly introduce DAX-pro, explain the layout of the main application window, and show you an example of typical use. DAX-pro is an application that can track your diet and exercise, analyze nutrition, and help you design a program to achieve your fitness goal, such as weight loss or muscle building. DAX-pro is free to use. It was written to support the website westhollywoodtrainer.com. If you could place a link to our website on your blog or webpage, that would be greatly appreciated. The main application window of DAX-pro has two panels, the library on the left and the day plan on the right. In general, you find data items in the library and put them in the day plan. The day plan is divided into three sections. They are labeled Food, Exercise, and Program. A program in DAX-pro is a set of rules for food and exercise to achieve your fitness goal. The program part of the day plan is a graphical aid to help you follow these rules. I will show you what that means in a minute. Based on your fitness goal, your current measurements, and your level of exercise, DAX-pro will compute the amount of calories, carbohydrates, protein, and other nutrients that you need to consume in a day. That is called a target. The program area in the day plan shows you a graphical representation of how your food for the day is tracking against that target. The library panel on the left-hand side of the main window has 4 tabs to select 4 lists. The first 3 tabs have the same names as the sections of the day plan. They are Food, Exercise, and Program. Each list contains data items for use in the day plan. DAX-pro comes with a built-in library of more than 7,000 food items, more than 200 exercises, and several diet and exercise programs. And of course, you can add your own food items, exercises, and programs. Because the food library is very large, DAX-pro provides several tools to help you navigate it. The first tool is a search field. As soon as you type any term in the search field, the list will only show those items that match the search term. A search term may contain multiple words. And when you type a minus sign in front of a word, DAX-pro will eliminate any search result with that word. The next tool for navigating the food library is the category panel. This will filter the list to only show foods that belong to the selected categories. The first checkbox, labeled All, is special. It toggles all the others. To show a single category, first toggle all the checkboxes off by using the All checkbox. Then select the category that you want to see. The Balance panel is next. When activated, DAX-pro will suggest food items to add to your day plan. It does this by analyzing the nutrition of foods already in the day plan and sorting the entire food library in such a way that food items near the top will best balance the day plan. It then is your job to scan through the first few pages of suggestions and find a food item that you actually have on hand. I will show you this in action later in the video. The next row down is the food library toolbar. The buttons on the left will operate on one or more items in the list. The first button will put the selected food item in the day plan. The next group of 5 buttons are to create, delete, duplicate, and edit food items. The next group of 3 buttons will toggle flags. The first of these flags can be used to hide a food item in the library. The built-in food library contains many items that you are unlikely to eat or have access to, such as baby food and whale meat. Although you can't delete items from the built-in library, you can hide them by using this button. The next button will mark a food for your shopping list. You can then print the shopping list with your printer. The last button in the group will mark a food as a favorite. A favorite food is one that you are likely to eat, that you typically have in your fridge, freezer, or pantry, or a food that you know how to cook. This will help you find relevant foods more quickly, but this flag is especially useful when DAX-pro offers food suggestions through the Balance feature. It allows DAX-pro to suggest foods that you are familiar with. In the list itself, user-defined foods are shown in a bold italic type. Built-in items are shown in a plain font. If you right-click or control-click on an item in the list, a context menu appears with the same actions as the buttons in the toolbar. It also lists the keyboard shortcuts. DAX-pro features a simple help system in the form of the Information Help window. It can be enabled through the Help menu. When a dialog is active, the Information Help window will show a brief reminder of the dialog's main controls. This is a summary of the information that is also available in the manual. The manual has a much more complete description. When no dialog is active, the Information Help window will display information about any data item that you click on. When you click on a program, the window will describe the program. When you click on an exercise, the window will tell you how many calories will be burnt. But most importantly, when you click on a food item, the Information Help window will show you the complete nutrition information. Also, it will give you a short evaluation of the food item. In this example, it reminds me that broccoli is a good source of potassium and an excellent source of fiber, vitamin A and vitamin C. Now I will show you what you would normally do to put a day plan together. Here is a blank day plan. I will go for a 20-minute run in the morning. So I go to the exercise library and I find running in the list. I double-click it to add it to the day plan and I enter the amount of time. As you can see, this puts my daily exercise right on target. It is not important to reach the hairline exactly. Anywhere in the gray area around the hairline is fine. Now I switch to food. I will make breakfast with scrambled egg. Now I add a small glass of grapefruit juice. And 2 slices of toast. And I'm nearly out of bread. I will add it to the shopping list. Later in the morning, I will have a banana, so I add that. And so on. Let me jump forward. Now I have a day plan that looks pretty good. However, it is not complete and not quite balanced. As you can see, the protein and carbohydrate bars have turned yellow to indicate that they are in range of the target. But calories and fat are lagging behind, and it looks like I need to find some more calcium. Instead of trying to come up with one or more foods that will add fat, not too much saturated fat, and add some calcium, I can ask DAX-pro to show me such foods in the library. In the food library, I activate the balance feature by clicking on the disclosure triangle next to the word balance. This will sort the food library in a special way. The food items at the top are those that best complement the current day plan in terms of nutrition. In this case, they are foods that contain fat and calcium because the day plan is short of these nutrients. DAX-pro not only looks at carbohydrates, protein and fat, it also considers all other nutrients when making these suggestions. For example, it will favor foods that contain unsaturated fat and keep foods with saturated fat further down the list. The 5 buttons in the balance panel give you control over how DAX-pro makes this decision. More about that in a later video. Note that the suggestions that DAX-pro makes are based on nutrition only. DAX-pro does not know anything about taste or what you have in the fridge. But dozens of foods near the top of the list are good choices, so you can scan down the list until you find something that you like. Now look closely at the target. As I select different items in the list, DAX-pro will give me a preview of what would happen to nutrition if I were to add this food. This can help me decide. When bars are close together, the day plan is balanced. Most of the items at the top of the list of suggestions add fat and bring the top 4 bars closer together. Some suggestions also add calcium because I need that too. In this case, DAX-pro has put peanuts right at the top. It has chosen this because this is a food rich in unsaturated fat, not too much carbohydrates and protein, and it will balance nutrition. I will add this suggestion to the day plan. But peanuts do not contain much calcium. DAX-pro has already rearranged the list with new suggestions. The earlier suggestions of fatty foods have dropped down the list because I now have enough of that. Scanning down the list, I see soy milk. I can see in the target preview that it adds a good amount of calcium, so I will add it. Now all the nutrient bars are yellow, and I have balanced nutrition for the day. You have just seen me build a day plan by adding one food item at a time. But in practice, this can be done much quicker by copying complete meals from past day plans. I will show you how in a later screencast. This is the end of this chapter. Come visit us on the web at westhollywoodtrainer.com.